was very calm the whole time. So what I will say is find out what you have to do to prepare yourself to be calm. Like when people get reactions out of you, when people get reactions out of you for everything, they know if they do something that you're going to react or you're going to respond, they're going to keep doing things because they know you're going to give them what they want. They know you're going to respond.
What if the fall of one of reality TV's most talked about shows wasn't simply because fewer people were watching, but because of a hidden power struggle behind the scenes? Today, we're diving into what really happened with Love and Marriage Huntsville. And here's the big reveal. Melody has finally shared the inside story of who actually caused the empire to crumble. Let's start from the beginning. The moment Melody left, everything shifted. Her departure wasn't just another cast member deciding to quit. It was different. From day one, Melody had been the heart of the show. She brought excitement, drama, and emotion that kept viewers glued to their screens. Whether she was facing conflict or experiencing personal growth, fans tuned in for her. So, when she stepped away after 9 seasons, it shocked everyone. Many fans were upset, and some didn't accept it easily. Initially, her exit was presented as a personal choice. Melody explained that she needed time for herself, to heal, grow, and focus on
that you're trying to grow. If you're saying, oh, I'm trying to be so much better. If you're saying, oh, I'm wanting to get in a better place and have peace, do that.
Her well-being. Considering everything she had gone through publicly, her marriage breaking down on national TV, co-parenting challenges, business pressures, and friendships falling apart, it seemed reasonable for her to take a break. Fans reacted immediately. Some supported her decision, others were heartbroken, and a few started digging deeper because the timing felt strange. The show had been evolving for some time, and when Melody left, it became obvious just how much she had been holding it together. Her absence revealed cracks nobody had noticed before. But here's the twist. Melody didn't just walk away on her own. Behind the scenes, things were tense. It wasn't only about feeling burnt out. Over time, she had started speaking up about the show's direction, and not everyone liked it. There were whispers that producers were pressuring her to follow certain storylines, editing moments in ways she disagreed with. As someone who cared deeply about how she was portrayed, this caused friction. Problems with contracts added fuel to the fire. Melody wasn't interested in staying on for more drama that didn't match her personal growth, and some people behind the scenes saw this as a challenge to their control. If she refused to cooperate, was she still considered valuable to the show's engine? That's when rumors of a power struggle began to spread. And it wasn't just producers involved. Some cast members reportedly played a part too. Over the years, her relationship...
It's a wrap for Melody Sheri Rogers on Love and Marriage Huntsville. She's officially announced that she will not be returning to the reality TV series. Look, there have been a lot of signs that Melody was done with OWN, that she was done with Carlos, because she unfollowed him. She's said some things on social media, and most recently, she revealed some things about her issues with the show and how it's being produced. And someone, a producer on her show, basically wanted to be her...
Relationships with people like Martell, the Scotts, and even newer members became complicated. Backstabbing, secret alliances, and staged. Interactions for the cameras were happening behind the scenes. Melody seemed increasingly isolated, not just because of personal matters, but because she was slowly being pushed out. Once Melody left, the consequences were immediate. Ratings dropped, social media buzz slowed, and online discussions about the show faded. Fans weren't only disappointed, they were angry. Many stopped watching entirely. Some even launched online petitions demanding better cast dynamics or Melody's return. It wasn't just about liking her as a person. Viewers felt she was the glue holding the show together. Without her, the energy was gone. New cast members were introduced to fill the void, but none could replicate what Melody brought. The show tried to recreate the balance, but the chemistry wasn't there. Scenes began to feel forced. Storylines dragged on, and the real tension that had once hooked audiences turned into awkward pauses and dull drama. Loyal viewers noticed the shift immediately. Without Melody, there was no central storyline tying everything together. Episodes felt scattered, and the attempts to center other characters fell flat. No matter how dramatic things had been before, Melody brought an energy and authenticity that couldn't be replaced. Producers recognized the problem and tried to fix it.
Oh no, I got too much I'm doing. I can talk to you and give you some advice, but you got to want to do it. I can't spend a whole lot of time talking if you ain't trying to grow. If you ain't trying to grow, you ain't trying to evolve. I can't even spend a whole lot of time talking to you. And you do opposite of what I say, or you ain't listening. And, and that's just, I've had that situation multiple times in life. And it's like the person has to want to grow and be better and do better. And my hope, what I want for all of us, is I want all of us to grow. Every day is a day and an opportunity for us to grow.
They brought in influencers, friends of the cast, and fresh faces to stir interest. But it backfired. These new members didn't have the same depth or connection, and audiences didn't invest emotionally. The storylines started to feel patched together, a mix of random conflicts with no real build-up. Even some of the original cast members weren't happy with the changes. Tension grew backstage between longtime stars and newcomers. It wasn't just about screen time. It was about pride, influence, and preserving status. People who had helped build the show from the ground up suddenly felt sidelined for individuals with no real ties to the core story. Behind the scenes, chaos mounted. Arguments erupted over who got the spotlight, who was leaking information, and who was pretending for the cameras. Some cast members threatened to quit if things didn't improve. Meanwhile, fans noticed and commented endlessly online. Social media was filled with complaints. The show felt empty, the energy was missing, and what remained was awkward drama and confusion. While producers struggled to regain control, the damage was already done. The heart of the show had left, and what remained couldn't carry the weight. Melody had been the foundation, and without her, the stories, the drama, and the emotional pull simply didn't work anymore. In the end, love and marriage. Huntsville didn't just lose a cast member, it lost the central figure who connected the narrative, the audience, and the energy of the series. Behind the glamorous scenes and staged drama, the real story was one of power, pressure, and influence. Melody's departure revealed that the show wasn't failing because viewers stopped watching. It was unraveling from the inside out. And now, for the first time, we have the full picture of how the empire fell. Now things are really getting interesting because Melody has finally spoken out, and what she shared changes everything. After months of staying quiet, she finally opened up in interviews. She didn't call anyone out by name, but her words were powerful and direct. For Melody, stepping away from the show wasn't just a personal choice. It was something she absolutely had to do. She spoke about how unhealthy the environment had become, how certain people were trying to control her story, and how she refused to keep sacrificing her peace just for a paycheck. Melody also hinted at what it would take for her to even consider returning. At the top of that list was creative control. She wanted to have a say in how her story was told, to be treated with respect behind the scenes, and to see a complete reimagining of the show's focus. She made it clear that if she ever came back, it would only happen on her terms, not anyone else's. In the most striking parts of her interviews, she pointed to the people who had contributed to the show's decline. She talked about betrayal, hidden agendas, and fake alliances. She didn't have to name names. Anyone who had been paying attention could connect the dots. Her message was clear. She saw the problems before anyone else did, and she refused to stay part of a system that no longer valued her contributions. But here's a twist nobody saw coming. Melody might not need the show anymore, and she might not be working alone. Rumors have been quietly circulating that she is developing something new. Not a small side project, but something significant. Some say she is building her own platform. Others believe she is creating a new show where she has complete control. No more producers manipulating storylines or stirring chaos behind the scenes, just authentic storytelling from her perspective. She may not be going at it alone, either. There have been hints that Melody has reconnected with familiar faces, forming a team to support her new venture. Since her departure, the love and marriage fandom has been buzzing nonstop. Many fans want Melody back. To them, she was the heart of the show. Her energy, her storylines, and her presence kept everything grounded. Without her, the series feels off balance. These fans have been vocal online, creating hashtags, tagging networks, and calling for the producers to fix what they broke. But not everyone agrees. Some viewers believe the show needs a complete reset. They are tired of recycled storylines, repeated conflicts, and endless drama. For them, Melody's exit could have been an opportunity to take the series in a fresh direction, but instead, things got messier. Now, these fans are pushing for new stories, new cast members, and new leadership behind the scenes. This divide among viewers has created intense debate online. One post might praise Melody as the backbone of the franchise, while the next insists the show needs to move on. People are taking sides passionately, and it's more than casual opinions. It's heated arguments. Accusations fly back and forth, and fans criticize each other for being either too loyal or too dismissive. The chatter has gotten so loud that producers can no longer ignore it. The audience is directly influencing the direction of the show. Some even say that the fan pressure is part of the reason the series has struggled to find its rhythm again. Half the viewers want the old version back, while the other half demand something new. It's a difficult balance to strike. Now we come back to the central question: who really caused the show's decline? Was it the producers, whose decisions to chase ratings and add new faces may have weakened the foundation of the series? Or was it the cast themselves, whose rivalries and jealousy altered the dynamics on camera? Behind the scenes, competition and tension clearly played a role. Once trust broke down among the original members, it changed the energy everyone felt on set. Some cast members seemed more interested in the spotlight than in the success of the show as a whole. The environment on set also contributed to the problems. There were signs of toxicity, manipulation, favoritism, and power struggles. That kind of atmosphere doesn't just hurt the cast. It affects Protus, her well-being. Considering everything she had gone through publicly, her marriage breaking down on national TV, co-parenting challenges, business pressures, and friendships falling apart, it seemed reasonable for her to take a break. Fans reacted immediately. Some supported her decision, others were heartbroken, and a few started digging deeper because the timing felt strange. The show had been evolving for some time, and when Melody left, it became obvious just how much she had been holding it together. Her absence revealed cracks nobody had noticed before. But here's the twist. Melody didn't just walk away on her own. Behind the scenes, things were tense. It wasn't only about feeling burnt out. Over time, she had started speaking up about the show's direction, and not everyone liked it. There were whispers that producers were pressuring her to follow certain storylines, editing moments in ways she disagreed with. As someone who cared deeply about how she was portrayed, this caused friction. Problems with contracts added fuel to the fire. Melody wasn't interested in staying on for more drama that didn't match her personal growth, and some people behind the scenes saw this as a challenge to their control. If she refused to cooperate, was she still considered valuable to the show's engine? That's when rumors of a power struggle began to spread. And it wasn't just producers.